You can
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Navjot Suri, Assistant Professor Law at DME Law School, welcome you all in today's session on career counseling, professional courses at GSIP University. I welcome Sharmila Raheja ma'am, the principal of Uttam School for Girls, Ghaziabad, a gold medalist from Jamia Millia Islamia University. She is also a resource person for CBSE and conducts capacity building programs for the board. She has worked extensively on entrepreneurship, gender sensitivity, and alternatives to homework and financial literacy manuals for CBSE, and has also drafted the manual on positive thinking. She believes that school education is much beyond books and report cards. It is the process of discovery of each individual's potential and talent and empowering them with skills and ability to live a purposeful life with dignity. I would like to ask ma'am say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone, and students of grade 11 and 12 who are here, Dr. Shalini Gautam, Ravikant sir, and the host, Navjot ma'am, who I have been interacting with for some time. Thank you for the nice words that you said, but yeah, I do believe about each individual that each individual should be empowered to lead a very purposeful life. So beyond schools, there is the journey does not stop at school. You have to make appropriate choices afterwards. And there, the more you know, the better it is. How will you choose the right path unless you know how many directions are there? How will you decide unless you know? And in this context, Uttam School, all of us have been trying. Just today in the morning, the girls met a scientist at ISRO who spoke to them, and now it is very appropriate to mention that she said that all of us don't have to be scientists at ISRO. We can do whatever we want to and do it well. If we do what we are made to, what is our passion, it enhances us. And of course, a community of enhanced individuals will always do well. They will be citizens who contribute as much, perhaps, as a scientist as at ISRO. So here, when we talk of ways, Delhi being near us, we have Delhi University, and then your university, the Ambedkar University, now career counseling. What follows after school? What is the path to our dreams? And do we know our dreams? Do we know the way to fulfill our dreams? We may know our passion, but how do we make it a reality? For that, I believe that this session will be very, very appropriate. My good wishes to my girls who are in high spirits. They've just about given their grade 10. Unforeseen times, unforeseen solutions. The children did not come to school, but they got their result. And the only way to look into to handle unforeseen circumstances is to say we learn well and we apply those skills continuously. That's what the academic community has done, and that's what is expected of children. Just I think this been even 10 days that that the results came, and just the very right time to begin about knowing more about your university. Over to you, ma'am.
I also welcome Professor Dr. Ravikant Swami Sir, Dean DME Management School and Director DME. Sir has over 25 years of experience in teaching and administration and holds a PhD degree from University of Rajasthan, Jaipur. Before Sir starts with his presentation about the IP University, lastly, I would like to extend a warm welcome to the dear students of Uttam School. And I hope that today the session you'll gain a lot of knowledge, and a few things in your mind, few points which you have in your mind will be cleared today. So in the end of the session, feel free to ask the questions, and till the time you're not satisfied, we'll keep on, answering to the questions. And later on also, if you get something in your mind, you can contact us. We'll be sharing the details for the same. Over to you, sir.
Okay, so I'll start by sharing my screen. So we have been telling about this university, but I think this is my 26th session today, and it's the first time that I am conducting a session in a school which is only for girls. So I must tell the audience that I started my career from Banasthali, which is the world's largest university for girls only. That was way back in 1996. While we talk about this university, I'll start like this, that Delhi NCR region has got two major universities. There are many universities. Maybe I don't know the number, but then universities are categorized into four types. We have central universities, state government universities, private universities, and deemed universities. In Delhi, of course, there are many universities and of all these types, but there are two major universities, University of Delhi and IPU. Why I say two major universities? Because these two universities have got colleges spread throughout the entire this Delhi region and also the NCR region. And both these universities have 90 plus affiliated colleges. So that is why I say that University of Delhi and IPU are the two major universities of this region. So let us start with the photograph of this. Students, the purpose of today's presentation is to provide you information about IPU's courses, the fee structures and the scope after those courses. Today we represent this university, and this presentation is divided into 5 parts. This university, is located in Dwarka, but the colleges are spread throughout Delhi and NCR. Now, during this presentation, we would be talking about the IP University, the courses which it runs, the admission process, 22 now, then the fee structures, and the career scope after these professional courses. So let us start with the first part, which is about IP University. So this university was established in 1998, soon after Delhi acquired its partial statehood. We know Delhi is still fighting for its statehood, but yes, partial statehood it got, and soon after, IPU was the first university to be established by the government of Delhi. Then let us talk about the rankings. Now, audience, there is a caveat, there is a warning. Warning in the sense that while we talk about rankings, there are so many people, so many magazines, so many journals, they keep on ranking colleges, institutions. But then there is always a question mark on all those rankings. Why? Say I may get a good rank given by a magazine because my advertisement in that magazine is good. It's very large. So it's simply like we call it public relations. Public relations is you pay and the thing will be presented in such a manner as if it is authentic. So therefore, I am not talking about the rankings given by any magazine or journal, by India Today or nothing like that. We are talking about the rankings given by the government itself. So there is a body called NIRF, a body belonging to the HRD Ministry of India, right? So NIRF is the National Institutional Ranking Framework. Out of 875 universities in India, IP University's ranking is 95th. So as I said, the purpose of this presentation is to provide you authentic information. So if the ranking is 95th, I cannot say 97 or 85. So these figures are something which are verifiable. Then this is the rank of IPU. Now, how do we understand this? Out of 875 universities, 95th rank simply means IPU stands among the top 10% universities in India, right? Top 10% universities in India, IPU stands within them. Now, the NIRF rankings are also course specific. When we talk about engineering, the ranking is 86th. When we talk about courses like BBA, Business Management, or BBA LLB, the ranking is even better. 57th means what? Out of 875 universities in our country, if the ranking is 57th, it means among the top 5%. Then there is another government agency which provides gradings. We call it NAC. The NAC grading is A given to IP University. There's another point. If say you do graduation from India and you go for post-graduation to any other country, then sometimes there is a question mark over the authenticity of the degree, the validity of the degree. So AIU is Association of Indian Universities. Any university which is member of AIU, it means that its degree is considered valid throughout the world. So IPU has got the membership of AIU. These are the points which you should look after whenever you are taking admission in any university, like international recognition, equivalence, etc. So the rankings, the grading, the equivalence, yes, it has got a global equivalence, and then the colleges. One important thing which you should understand, because your school is located in Ghaziabad, IPU has got colleges in Delhi and NCR. What is NCR? All of us know it's a well-defined region. It's a geographical region which includes the districts of UP and Haryana, which are adjoining Delhi. As we know that Delhi is surrounded by two states, UP and Haryana. So therefore, the districts in UP and Haryana which are touching Delhi are part of NCR. So IP University has got colleges in Delhi and NCR. So IP University has got colleges in Gautam Budh Nagar, in Noida, Greater Noida. It has got colleges in Gurugram, in Faridabad, in Ghaziabad, etc. Right? So IPU, the point to be noted is, because your school is in Ghaziabad, IPU has got colleges in Delhi plus NCR. It's not only Delhi like University of Delhi. University of Delhi has got colleges only inside Delhi, while IPU has got colleges in Delhi and NCR. Then the number of courses is 80. So IPU has got all the professional courses. One point here, students, you should note that I said there are two major universities, University of Delhi and IPU. Both these universities belong to Delhi government. They do not compete with each other. They complement each other. Means what? In what way they complement each other? They complement each other in the sense that University of Delhi runs academic courses while IPU runs professional courses. I'll tell you the difference between academic and professional courses in a while, right? So University of Delhi is known for academic courses while IPU is known for professional courses. The number of courses is around 80, which means IPU has got almost all the professional courses, which we are going to talk about today. There are around 80,000 students in IP University. That completes about IPU. Before we move ahead, as I said, University of Delhi, academic courses, IPU, professional courses. So let us try to simplify the difference between an academic and a professional course. Examples of academic courses can be BA History, BA Psychology, BA Sociology, or maybe BCom or BSc, while the examples of professional courses are BBA, BBLLB, BA LLB, BHMCT, architecture, engineering. These are all professional courses. So let us try to understand the difference between a professional course and an academic course. Well, to make it simple, an academic course gives you knowledge plus knowledge plus knowledge. Okay, so it's the Vidya Balan style: entertainment, entertainment, and entertainment. And therefore, the output is what? The output is that your knowledge increases. Okay, fine, we understand. But then a professional course gives you what? It gives you knowledge. It gives you the skills to apply that knowledge. And it gives you the corporate ready attitude. I'll explain this point little more. So therefore, the output of a professional course is placement, while the output of an academic course is knowledge enhancement. Now see, we can take an example. Say for example, the course is BBA. So the BBA will give you knowledge about the subjects, marketing, finance, HR. But then it will also tell you how to apply this knowledge by summer trainings, internships, industrial visits, presentations, so on and so forth. And BBA will also give you the corporate ready attitude. And I can tell you, to my mind, attitude has got only one meaning, and that is work is worship, nothing else. Work is worship. In a way, I am saying that work comes before God, right? This is what we mean by attitude. That kind of attitude is required for survival in the corporate sector. So this is the difference. IPU is known for professional courses. University of Delhi runs academic courses. So in this way, these two major universities owned by the Delhi government, they do not, funded by the Delhi government, they do not compete with each other, they complement each other. Now, while we talk about any organization, we do talk about the notable alumni. So yes, the first notable alumni is someone whom all the audience sitting here knows. I'm very sure about that. So who is she? Well, she's Tapsi Pannu. Students, Tapsi Pannu did her BTech from IPU in 2009, and she needs no further introduction. I know she is Sharmila Raheja ma'am's favorite. She is my favorite also. Now, next is, yeah, ma'am, I'm sure she's your favorite. So she did her BTech Computer Science from IPU. Then Gaurav Sharma is a very popular novelist. If someone is fond of novels, you must have definitely heard about God of the Salid, Gone Are the Days. He also did his journalism from IPU. Then Gaurav Gogoi is the deputy leader of Congress in Lok Sabha. He also did his engineering from IPU. All of you recognize this face, right? So he also did his journalism from IPU. The list is very long, but I'll just take one more name and wind up. Then Guneet Monga, again, she did her journalism from IPU. Everyone knows she owns a production house which has given wonderful movies like Gangs of Wasepur, Masan, Zuba, very popular movies. So she also studied at IPU. Tomorrow, your photograph may also be here. So that's about the introduction of IPU, the first part of our today's presentation. Moving on to the second part, when we say IPU runs professional courses, there are around 80 courses. Students, in today's presentation, I cannot cover all the 80, but we'll provide you the link. The link is given here. We'll provide you this in the chat box. You can click that link, reach the information brochure, and you can see whichever courses are available. While talking about the professional courses, let us try to categorize them for understanding purposes. There are two kinds of professional courses. One, which we call stream neutral. Second, those which require specific streams. So stream neutral simply means a student may have commerce or humanities or bio or maths or even vocational studies at her 12th. Still, that student is very much eligible for these courses. While there are courses like BTech or architecture, for which some specific stream is needed. So first, talking about the stream neutral courses, we have 5-year BA LLB, then 5-year BB LLB, then Bachelor of Arts Journalism and Mass Comm, we call it BJMC, then BBA, then Hotel Management. All these are stream neutral courses, which means you may have done your 12th in any stream, you are eligible for these courses. This 5-year integrated is something which has become very popular for two reasons. One, when you enter into a 5-year course, you decide on your career path right after 12th. Otherwise, in case you go for BCom or BSc or BA, you decide your career path once your graduation is complete. While if you take admission in BBA LLB or BA LLB or even other courses, you decide your career path right after 12th. This is the Western model, I can tell you. And this model is fast encompassing the whole world. So BA LLB, BBA LLB have become popular because of two reasons. One, you decide your career path soon after 12th. And second, it saves 1 year. You get 2 degrees. Rather than getting 2 degrees in 6 years, you get them in 5 years. So BA LLB, BBA LLB, BJMC, BBA, BHMCT, all are stream neutral courses. You may have done your 12th in any discipline. You are eligible for these courses. Obviously, 50% at 12th remains the quintessential eligibility. Moving on to the second category, courses which are not stream neutral, means they do need a specific stream at 12th. So Bachelor of Technology, Engineering, Architecture, you need to have Science Mathematics in 12 PCM for joining these courses. While there are courses which need Biology, Nursing, Pharmacy, etc. I have not covered courses like MBBS, Ayurveda, Homeopath in Biology. All these courses are very much available with IP. So that was the second part of our presentation, the professional courses available. I have taken the popular courses. I am not in a position to cover all the 80 courses. For those, you can visit the brochure of IPU. Now, again, while we talk about these professional courses, we can divide them into two categories from the entrance test point of view also. For BTech, Law, Architecture, MBBS, IPU does not conduct its own entrance exam. Why? Because it considers the scores of national level exams so that there is no duplication. Why should IPU conduct its exam for BTech or Law or Architecture while a national level exam is already available? So for these courses, which are on the left, the national level tests are there. You have to appear for those tests, and the scores of those tests will be considered by IPU. No separate exam is conducted by IPU, right? Then there are courses for which IPU does conduct its own entrance exam. Which are those courses? Hotel Management, Journalism, BBA, BCA. For these courses, since no national level exam is available, for Hotel Management it is available also, but for these courses, IPU is conducting its own entrance exam. So to conclude this slide, two kinds of courses in terms of entrance tests. One for which you have to appear for a national level test for taking admission in IPU. Second, for which you have to appear for IPU's own entrance exam. There is another provision. If there is a college near your home, you can visit that college, and colleges have got a small percentage of seats for which they can provide direct admissions also if you have appeared at these entrances and you have got decent scores in these entrances. So we call it on the spot or visit and admit or instant admissions. This provision is also available for a limited number of seats, and that number is just 10%. So for those 10% seats, you can visit your nearby college and finalize your admission on the spot. Moving ahead, okay, what is this? Well, fee structures need to be discussed. because while taking admission in any course, well, it's your parents' hard-earned money, so fee structure is there, and I can tell you, Delhi NCR is such a hub of educational institutions that you get an entire range of fee structures. So while talking about IPU, because this university is owned by Delhi government, therefore the fee structure is quite reasonable. I hope you find it to be reasonable. Between 80,000 and 1,10,000 per year is the fee structure across all the professional courses. So for example, for BLLB, BBLLB, the fee structure is simply 80,000 per year. For engineering, it may be say 1,10,000 per year. For BBA, it may be around 90,000 per year. So the fee structures of IPU, because it is a government university, they range between 80,000 and 1,10,000 per year only. One more thing is there, parents are generally worried. They ask this question because generally there are organizations which may charge subsequently in various name. They may charge you for placements, for picnic or whatever. But in a government-owned university and the colleges which are affiliated with IPU, there cannot be any hidden charges. I can tell you, Delhi government is very strict when it comes to hidden charges. No college can charge even a single rupee extra. Talking about scholarships, students, do you know that Delhi government is the richest government in India? And when I say richest, what is the criteria? The criteria is per capita income. Yes, Delhi has got the highest per capita income in India. And the students studying in Delhi get the advantage of that. How do they get the advantage? They get the advantage in terms of good amount of scholarships. So generally we find that scholarships are either for reserved categories or for blah blah categories. But in IPU, you find that there are scholarships for general category candidates. And another point is, when I say that Delhi government is the richest government in terms of per capita income, the another benefit is that there is no filter for scholarships. Filter means whosoever applies gets the scholarship. It is not that 100 people are applying and 20 are going to get. So this MCM, merit cum means, is a very popular scholarship. And if you are a BPL, if anyone is a BPL card holder, of course, the entire education is free. If a person's annual income is less than 2.5 lakhs, 50% of your educational expenses will be funded by the Delhi government. And if you are in the next higher slab, if the annual income is 2.5 to 6 lakhs, then in that case, 25% of tuition fee is funded by the Delhi government for all the courses which belong to IPU. Another kind of scholarship is, we call it EWS, economically weaker sections. Yes, for people who belong to economically weaker sections, the entire education is free. So to conclude this slide, Delhi government is the richest government and the students get advantage in terms of scholarships for general category students and in terms of no filter being there. Otherwise, generally in scholarships, we find that say if 100 people apply, 10 or 20 get the scholarship. But in this case, if 100 will apply, all 100 people are going to get that. Yes, there are two conditions. There should not be any reappear and you should have more than 60%. I think these two conditions are fair enough if the government is giving you scholarship. Okay, so that was about the fee part, the Rupya Paisa part. We have come to the last part of today's presentation, which is of special interest to you students, because we are going to talk about the scope of the professional courses which we discussed just now. To start with, we talk about the scope of integrated law courses. So if you are doing integrated law courses, if you are completing a course like BLLB or BBLLB, then these are the areas in which you can have your career. First is litigation. You can put on a black coat, go to a court and argue. You become an advocate, right? So we call it litigation. Second is you can join a job, you can join a law firm. There are so many law firms in this country, and majority of them are located in Delhi NCR only, because here we have the Supreme Court also. Third option is judiciary. You can become a magistrate. You can appear for those competitive exams and you can become a magistrate. Fourth option is politics. Well, you will say, how can I say that politics is a career option? Well, because most of the advocates, or rather most of the politicians in India and throughout the world are advocates. Yes, I can give you various examples. Jawaharlal Nehru ji, he did his law. Sardar Patel did his law. Gandhi ji did his law. Barack Obama, advocate. Kamala Harris, the Indian Vice President of USA, again an advocate. So therefore, somehow, I don't know why, but advocates, they are very popular in politics also. And therefore, I tell my students that politics seems to be a career option for law graduates. So this is the scope of law courses. Talking about the scope of journalism and mass comm, the scope is very large. Why? Because of this OTT platform. OTT is over the top. So from large screen in the cinema halls, we came to the small screen TV, the scope enlarged. And while we have shifted from TV to mobile, the scope has become manifold. And therefore, the scope of journalism can be defined in terms of content writing, video editing, print journalism, photography, event management, broadcast journalism, graphic designing, radio jockeying. Yes, RJs are very popular. Advertising and public relations, filmmaking, anchoring. All these are the areas where a student who has done journalism. We saw 3 popular people from journalism today in the notable alumni. So this is the scope of journalism. Talking about a management course like BBA, we have marketing, finance, HR, operations, and international business. 5 areas are there in which a management graduate who has done BBA can find a career path. Within these areas, there are so many areas which I have not discussed here, but these are the 5 broad areas in which a BBA can have a career path. Then talking about hotel management, yes, we have front office. The moment you enter a hotel, the person who is welcoming you is the person who is handling the front office. Then housekeeping, and then food and beverage. Food and beverage means kitchen, the bar, etc. So these, and then you can always start a restaurant, because food, etc. are businesses which are available at every nook and corner, and they do well in a highly populated country like India. So these are the areas in which a student who has done hotel management and catering technology can find a career path. Moving on, BTech. Okay, so while talking about BTech, there is a reason why I am talking about the scope of BTech computer science only. I am not talking about the scope of BTech in other areas, and I'll tell you the reason. Students, technology is something which is pattern oriented. When India became independent, the country was building, so civil engineering was at the top. Then electrical came at the top. Then mechanical. While India was enlarging its manufacturing sector, mechanical was at the top. But what is happening today? Computer science, IT is at the top. Other areas are almost, they are going down. And there is a reason for that, that India is a country which has got 8% of its GDP coming from the IT sector. So therefore, it means that large number of people are employed in the IT sector. And as you all know, India is known to be an IT giant. So millions of people work in the IT sector. In today's presentation, I'm not going to talk about the scope, the career after civil or electrical or mechanical engineering. I'm going to talk only about computer science. There is another reason for this. I must say, and students, you must understand that in the post-COVID era, digitization is going to come up in a big, big way. And who's going to lead that wave of digitization? The computer science engineers. So therefore, while we talk about the scope of computer science in BTech, there are so many areas. Clouding is a very important area. People tell me that Sundar Pichai became the CEO of Google because he's a leader in terms of cloud. Cloud is a technology which probably you understand. It simply means that you can save unlimited amounts of data on your computer, on your mobile, because it is going to a cloud-like thing. So Sundar Pichai became the CEO of Google because he led this clouding. Cloud is a area where computer science professionals can make a career path. Then cybersecurity obviously is an important area, because as the digitization increases, hackers also get a job. So you have to keep away the hackers, and therefore cybersecurity is there. Then artificial intelligence, obviously, it's an important area, entire area. Then IoT is Internet of Things. I'll not be elaborating upon them because it will need another lecture. So in engineering, I'm talking only about the scope of BTech computer science, because in my opinion, BTech computer science is something which is going to grow for the coming 30, 40, 50 years in India. Civil, mechanical, electrical, I'm sorry to say, they are not growing, rather they are finding a downfall. So that's about the scope of engineering. Coming to the scope of architecture, well, housing is a very, very large industry in a country like India, where resides 18% of the world population. So the need for housing is never going to cease, although this sector is facing a downfall in the post-demonetization era. But still, housing is an industry with 18% of the world population living in India. You can imagine the demand for housing. Then infra, bridges, roads, railways, infra, again, the architects are going to design. So this is the scope of B-Arch. It's a 5-year course, which is also available in IP. Coming to the biosectors, well, if you do B Pharma, you can become a scientist, you can become a medical representative, or you can own a medical store. I can tell you, in the COVID era, medical stores which were not earning anything since the last 2-3 years, they suddenly started earning. Why? Because these were the only stores which were open, which were permitted to be open during the COVID era. So this is what is the scope, briefly speaking, of B Pharma. This question is coming to everyone's mind: which course is best for me? And how do I answer that question? Should I answer that question like in the way the Babas do, that "Bachcha ye karo, bahut acha rahega"? Should I answer like that? My dear students, we are counselors, and we have seen a quarter-century counseling students. We will never tell you which course is good for you, which course is bad for you. And there is a reason for that. The reason is explained by this diagram. Now, what is this diagram telling you? In the middle, we find majority of the people are there. Towards the left, towards the right, smaller number of people are there. So to make you understand, this diagram says that you do any course, you take any path, you see the researches, 25% of the people, they do not do well. Another 25%, they do very well. But the majority, 50%, not only they do well, but they are happy, satisfied, and contented in their life. So in any course, majority of the people fall in the middle portion of this diagram. So therefore, whichever course you do, whichever professional course you choose, the output is that 25% people do not succeed, 25% people, they do very well, and the majority, they do well, they are happy, they are satisfied, they are contented in their professional and personal lives. So how do I answer this question, that which course is best for me? Well, it depends on you. You may do any course, all courses are good for you, right? But then I need to answer this question through my last slide. What is the formula for success? Students, even God does not have the formula for success, right? Yes, even the Almighty does not have a formula for success, because to quote Rajesh Khanna from the movie Bawarchi, it's very simple to be happy, but it's very difficult to be simple, right? So therefore, the formula for success is very simple, but it's very difficult to implement. If you have the right set of knowledge, if you know how to apply that knowledge, and if you have the correct attitude, the world is waiting for you, everyone is waiting for you, you can always have an excellent career. Thank you for being a nice audience today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that exhaustive and inspiring presentation. So students, like I have written in the chat box, you are free to ask your questions. Please write your questions in the chat box so that we can take them up. Any doubts, anything which you may want to ask about the IP University, about the courses, please write in the chat box. I've already got few questions which I'll start asking, but the students can keep on writing. This first question is from Mishka Kaushik, and she's asking, is there any foreign collaboration facilities which are available for the courses being done in the media and mass communication, basically?
Well, foreign collaboration is a very fancy word, and students, foreign collaborations are good. They look good, they sound good, and one feels that you will get an opportunity to go abroad. So there are two ways in which we can collaborate with any foreign university. One, that we have student exchange programs, we have faculty exchange programs, you do internship abroad. So yes, such collaborations are very much available in IPU. The second kind of collaboration is that, say, in a BBA course, 2 years in India, 1 year abroad, IPU says no. And there is a reason for saying no. The reason is that in such courses where 2 years in one nation, another year in another nation, there is always a question of recognition of the degree. So for such collaborations, 2 years at one place, 1 year at another place, IPU says a big no. But for other kinds of collaborations, they are very much there.
Thank you, sir. Another question coming is, do we have any cutoffs like we have in DU in IP University?
Well, cutoff is again something which students need to understand, because in competitive exams, the era of cutoffs is gone. That was, I must say, cutoff was a very stupid idea. I'll tell you why. Because, say for example, the test is very, very tough. What will happen? Whosoever is appearing, the scores will be subdued, and whosoever is appearing will be getting very less scores. On the other hand, if the question paper is easy, everyone will get good scores. Therefore, in competitive exams, there is nothing like cutoff. Whether it is JEE for engineering, or CLAT for law, or NEET for MBBS, there is nothing like cutoff. So when I say there is nothing like cutoff, I mean to say we don't talk in absolute terms. We consider scores in relative terms. In relative terms, what do we call it? Percentile, not percentage. So you must understand the difference between percentile and percentage. When the scores are in relative terms, it is percentile. When they are in absolute terms, it is percentage. So percentile simply means the score of the student who has got the highest score is considered 100, and then the remaining ranks are given accordingly. I'll give you a very odd example. Say for example, you appear for JEE and you score -2 out of 100. Your rank may still be good, because the test was so tough that there were thousands of people who got scores which were lesser than -2. So in that case, your rank may be good despite the fact that your score was very bad. So in competitive exams, the era of is gone. There were cutoffs, and then people had to change the cutoffs because cutoffs is gone. There's nothing like cutoff. You have a rank, even if your marks may be 0 or in minus. You are going to get a rank because rank is something in relative terms. It is nothing in absolute terms. So no cutoffs in competitive exams. Whatever is your score, you are going to get a rank.
That must be a relief for students. So thank you, sir, for clarifying. Sir, another question is that if I score above 95% in 12th class, will I get some merit-based scholarship at IP University?
IP University doesn't give scholarships based on 12th scores, but colleges may give scholarships based on 12th scores. What IPU, the scholarships which I refer to, are those which you get once you take admission in any IPU course and then you score 60% and above and no reappear, you are eligible for these scholarships. They are not based on the scores of 12th. And even the admissions in IPU are not based on scores of 12th. They are purely based on your rank. Again, no cutoffs. Your rank in either the national level exams or the IPU conducted exams. So the scholarships are not based on the scores in 12th. They are based on your performance in the courses once you complete your first year in any course.
Right. So the next question is coming from Kushi. She's asking, can you tell us the good colleges under IP University in Noida, Ghaziabad region?
Well, what is good, what is bad? I should not be judgmental because the best way to judge a college is that you visit the college and you see whether the college is capable of providing you knowledge, skills, and attitude or not. Now, everyone claims we provide the best knowledge, we provide the best skills, but you have certain parameters with the help of which you can judge a college. So, say for example, your school is in Ghaziabad, you may visit a college in Noida or Greater Noida, these are the nearby colleges, or maybe Kadkar Duma or East Delhi. You may visit a college and you see that how is the college's library, what are the e-resources available there, what is the qualification of the teachers, and how many PhD holders are there in the faculty. Then when it comes to skills, you see how many industrial visits were there, what about the internships, placements. You go ask questions, ask for the proofs, and if you get the proofs, the college is good, not otherwise.
Sir, question from Saki is there a psychology department in IPU?
No, as I said, IPU is not about academic courses. If you want to go for psychology, then University of Delhi is the option for you. IPU is all about professional courses. It does not run academic courses like BA Honors Psychology.
Sir, another relevant question which is coming is that as in IP University, there is a cutoff, there is a reservation of 85% for Delhi students. So what chance do we have to get the admission in IP University?
Yes, that's a significant question because the school is located outside Delhi. Students, there's a concept called son of the soil concept, or in your case, daughter of the soil. So see, every state has got this system, daughter of the soil, which means that 85% seats are reserved for students belonging to Delhi and 15% for students belonging to rest of India, right? So say for example, if you take admission in a college located in Uttar Pradesh and your 12th, now before that, what is the criteria of deciding your geographical location? The criteria is not your Aadhaar card, not your domicile. It is the location of the school from which you have done your 12th. Say, for example, you may live in Mayur Vihar, but if your school is in Ghaziabad, you did your 12th from a school in Ghaziabad, then in that case, you will be treated as a outside Delhi candidate. Why? Because you did your 12th from a school which was in Ghaziabad. But then please try to understand that this son of the soil or daughter of the soil concept is irrelevant to the extent that while the online counselings are going on, these separations are there. 85% Delhi quota, 15% rest of India quota. But then The last counseling is called spot counseling. And while you participate in spot counseling, all these quotas vanish, right? So counseling 1, 2, 3, you may find the quotas, but in the last counseling, spot counseling, there's nothing like quotas. So I must say that students who do not belong to Delhi or who did not do their 12th from a Delhi school, they need to wait a little till the spot counseling. But in the spot counseling, you don't get 85%, you get 100% quota. The only thing is you have to wait a little. Don't lose your patience.
I think we can take the last question because of the paucity of time, and then we can conclude the session. So this question is about the placements. Can you assure of 100% placement in IP University?
Well, no one can assure placement because I told that it depends on your knowledge level, your skill level, your attitude level. But then I must say that colleges located in Delhi NCR are at an advantageous position when it comes to internships and placements as compared to colleges which are located in the interior cities of this country. So that is the advantage which the colleges located in Delhi NCR have, that they are located alongside the hub of industries, be it IT sector or manufacturing sector. We find that geographically these colleges are close to the IT companies, to the manufacturing sector, and therefore it is easy for them to get internships and placements. When I talk about law courses, well, we have Supreme Court in Delhi, and therefore large number of law firms are located in Delhi. So that gives an edge, that gives an specific advantage in terms of internships and placements. So yes, the colleges located in Delhi NCR have got an advantage. It is easy for them to get internships and placements, or rather I can say that people from all cities in India, they come to Delhi for placements. So you can understand the advantage which a college located in Delhi has. Yes.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, students, in case you have any further questions, I have written 2 numbers in the chat box. You are most welcome to give us a call on this number. These numbers will connect you directly to our admission counselors. And in case you want to have any information this year or next year when you are going to get admission in the higher institution, you please give us a call on these numbers to clarify all your doubts. So with this, we come to the conclusion of our session for today. Navjot ma'am, you can give vote of thanks and then we can conclude the session.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. I extend my sincere vote of thanks to Sharmila ma'am for accepting the invitation, and I've been following up with you since so long, and then finally we could fix a date. Also, I would like to extend my thanks to Dr. Ravikant Swami sir, our director, has been always very supportive, and he just says that, okay, fine, you just have to do this much, the rest of the things I'll take care. So that is something, that is a quality which he has. And thanks to all the students who have joined today, and I hope that this session has helped you, have solved a lot of queries, and you are somehow able to make up your mind that what you have to do, and know how you have to go about for your future. So that's all from my side, and we can end the session now.
Navjot ma'am, before you
Yes, ma'am.
conclude, may I just thank
Yes,
everyone?
ma'am.
And the first would be your director, Ravikant sir. Very clear, very concise, and just the right answers. Can we assure placement? Well, we can give you the best possible. After that, what you make of it is up to you. Nobody assures beyond that. Other facts also, the difference between academic courses and professional courses, everything is crystal clear. Advantages of being in the Delhi, in NCR. I absolutely liked it. I think it is have to have it because it's been reinforced, explained again and again, and perhaps certain jobs have to be left to professionals to absolute justice. My colleagues had written to me, which please to give me a number where I can send them further. The girls will be putting in now. This is a thought process. Certain queries will come further as they read, as they know. And there was one particular time when Sir spoke about ranking and who gives this ranking. Just the other day, I was talking about media literacy and how to check who has given. Is it an authorized agency? So that is very, very valid. It is the same for us. Even as schools, anyone can put in any ranking, and repeatedly we have to tell them, look, this is Central Board of Secondary Education, check further who has done this, who has placed someone. So very many valid points. And so actually I think what Navjot you said, that Sir says I'll take it further, he just does things like that. So excellent, and my gratitude to everyone. I had heard, I think I didn't name your university correctly, but yes, Indraprastha University, excellent, nearby, very clearly explained. I look forward for further interactions to this. Next time, there will be a student coordinating this entire program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for those kind words. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
ma'am.
Dr.
Thank you.
Gautam. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just end the meeting.
Yeah.
And you've shared all the details, ma'am. Okay.